so this is my introduction video, I guess. So I thought I'd just do a bunch of questions about myself since you don't really know me. I thought instead of just a long list of a bunch of crap about me, let's just do the 3 fears. If you don't want to listen to me yammer on about what I'm scared of, then just mute the video and watch me drop some ghosties. I'll list my fears in order of reverse relevance or just irrelevance. I don't know. The first thing I'm scared of is needles. I know it's a really common fear, but I have to get my blood taken every 6 months, so it's a very real fear that I have to deal with quite a bit. It all started when one of my friends told me that if you get an air bubble in your vein, then you'll die, like instantly. Well, that's just great. Great! That's just great. You know what that is? That's great. Because, as I said, I have to get my blood taken all the time. So that was a really cool thing to learn. And by cool, I mean absolutely not cool in any way, shape, or form. So basically, every time I walk up to that chair, I might as well be walking down the Green Mile. It's a Stephen King book, but basically, the electric chair. And I've got the silent tears going down my face, and they're like, "Are you okay?" Yep, just fine. Just take my blood. No big deal. I mean, I guess I'm lucky in some aspects because the place I do have to get my blood taken, they give you Garfield Band-Aids, and I always, you bet I demand to get a Garfield Band-Aid after 10 vials of blood. Okay? There's no way I'm gonna go through all that and not get a cute Band-Aid afterwards. I do have a little bit of an interesting story about one time that I had to go get blood taken. The place where I go, they do a lot of training for new blood technicians. And like I said, I'm really scared of those air bubbles. And I know the way they work is that, and I might put up a picture here, but basically they have the needle so that it only lets blood flow out into the vial. But somehow, first of all, she jammed it and it punctured through my entire vein, which will create a gigantic bruise on your arm afterwards. Second of all, she didn't put the vial on properly, so I'm sitting over here already scared out of my mind, and I look over because I hear a weird noise, and it's just full of bubbles, and she's like, "Ugh!" and like she has a scared look on her face, and a lady came over and helped her fix it, but I'm just like, well, hello darkness, my old friend. Just gonna die right now, I guess. But I mean, they said it was fine. They said that nothing would have happened anyway, so it's not a big deal. But to me it was a big deal. Okay, to me it was a big deal. Second fear I'm gonna talk about is death. I am super petrified of death. I'm doing this one in the middle just because I'm not going to talk about it that much. But basically, that is my phobia. And the longer I think about it, the more I talk about it, the more I get scared, and I can actually, like, induce a panic attack. Don't know why I'm so scared. You know, probably because, I mean, it is literally the worst thing that can happen to you. So, I don't really know of a fear that could be worse, that's more reasonable to have than death. Basically, every time I talk about it, I just have to sit there and be like, yep, just repress that. Don't think about it. Just gonna repress it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, last fear. My last fear that I'll talk about is the dark. And I left this one for last just because it's a little bit hard to explain just by saying, oh, yeah, I'm just scared of the dark. See, because it's not just the dark, okay? It's what the dark represents. It represents the unknown, which, judging from my last year, I'm sure you can understand that I'm just really scared of stuff I don't know anything about. And the dark is one of those things. I guess I just have an overactive imagination. I don't know what it is, but I am so freaking scared of the dark. The thing is there's a lot of different things that add to this, okay? Like, I have a very weird addiction to listening to creepypastas, and I get spooked, okay? I get so freaking spooked, you don't even know. Well, you're gonna know, because I'm gonna tell you. So I guess you will know. But anyway, I get really scared, but I think it's really funny that I'm scared. So I'll be sitting there laughing and crying as I check all the blinds and like make sure nobody could peek their eyeball in through the blinds after getting too scared, and I have to go make myself a cup of hot chocolate and like take a hot shower and make sure that I feel all warm and cozy and not scared. And it's just a huge mess. But Still can't stop listening to creepypastas right before bed. Don't know what it is. It's just my life, man. It's just my life, okay? So it basically comes down to a couple of different things. What I think part of it resonates from that I used to have a living situation where my nan lived at the bottom of our property and I lived in a different house at the top of our property. And when I say the bottom and top, I mean this is because it was a hill. So basically you had the beginning of our driveway and there's like a trailer right there. And then you drive up this really long winding driveway and then you're at the main house. So after school, I would go and hang out with my Nana for a couple hours, and then I would go home at night and go to bed. And it was always the same course of event. I would leave the house, and I'd be walking, and the first, 30 seconds of the walk, I'd be like, oh, this is fine. And then every single time, I can't seem to stop myself from thinking these thoughts and scaring myself silly. But my mind, it just starts working. It starts going over it. What if there's something out there? What if it's there? What if there's a thing out there? What would it be? That's what's gonna happen. First 30 seconds, I'm just a walk. Next 30 seconds, okay, brisk pace. 3/4 of the way up, okay, I'm going into a little bit of a trot. And the final 30 seconds are a run. I'm just totally convinced I can hear the footsteps coming up behind me. They're gonna get me. I'm gonna have no legs. I'm gonna die out here. I get to the door, panting, my heart's beating like crazy. I'm fumbling with the keys. Jingle, jingle, dangle, can't find the key, looking behind me. There's no lights on. It's completely black, pitch dark. It's this is a very rural area. I'm just convinced that I'm gonna die. Get the door open, slam it shut, lock all 3 locks, done. If I'm outside, I'm convinced there is going to be a wolf attack, and I am going to be on the menu that night. Second thing is those stories about weird guys under your bed or in your closet, they're hiding there and they've lived there for months. That is just nuts. So whoever wrote those stories is they just like to watch the world burn, because that is just I didn't have that fear before, but now it's there. I cannot let my leg dangle off the end of my bed. My closets are jam-packed full. My bed doesn't have a space under it that someone could sleep under, or if it does, I'll make sure that I pack it full of boxes. There's no way that someone could hide in my house. But yet, I still am what if someone got in here? Okay, so I'll give you a rundown of a typical situation. I'm walking past a couch, and the couch has a gap that's big enough for an arm to reach out and grab my foot. The fear is that someone's gonna grab my foot. I'm not even thinking past that. That's the horrible thing has already happened. After that, my mind's just then you die. They grab your foot, you instantly die. Allergic to foot grabbing, I guess. I don't know. But that's my whole fear. Put my foot off the end of the bed, they grab my foot, that's the fear. And the final thing is, of course, the person just staring you down in your bedroom at night. I'm just 100% convinced that there is some kind of demon, weird guy standing at the foot of my bed at night. And I'm so convinced of this, I will first cover my head with covers, because that's gonna protect me, right? The blankets. If something really wanted to get me, the blankets, they're gonna protect me. They're my iron shield of cotton and feathers. Nothing could possibly get through such an amazing barrier. But such is my mind. I'll cover my head with those covers, get real comf right there on the bed, and I'm just yep, this is good. They can't get me. All's fine. All's well. No big deal. I don't know, man. It's just a weird, crazy ride living with me. I'm a little bit spooked, actually. I've had to definitely look behind me a couple of times whilst recording this. So I'm just gonna go over a few things that I really like, just to make myself feel a little better since I'm real scared now. So number 1, something I really love, to laugh. That's my favorite thing. Something that's funny, that's gonna get me every time. My most favorite movies of all time are ones that make me laugh a bunch. My favorite music that I listen to is stuff that I laugh at. Not that it's a bad song, it's just if I think it's funny, then that's why I listen to it. It's just something that makes me laugh. So
Just to give you a few examples, Rainbow in the Dark by Dio makes me just laugh my head off. I like good songs, but mostly I'm just like, yeah, Weird Al's best. Weird Al is best in life. That's what I gotta listen to. It's just like to surround myself with people that make me laugh because it's just one of the things that I feel the strongest. It's like two emotions, scared or laughing. That's it. And that's probably why when I get scared, I'm laughing at myself at the same time. A second thing that I love would probably be to create stuff. Whatever it may be, a craft, a drawing, a video. I'm just doing other stuff all the time. That's a huge part of my life, is just making stuff. Third thing that I love is to learn new things. Like those weird top 10 videos about like top 10 weird things you didn't know about teeth or something like that. I may not be able to tell you a great number of things about the thing that I know about, but I'll certainly be able to tell you something you didn't know about it that's super weird. There it is. That's the things I love. So, laughing, creating, and learning. Laughing, creating, and learning. It's the 3 L's. Yep, there's 3 of them. Okay, well, that's all I got. That's all I got. So, see ya!